Hey everyone, it's Coach Kent coming at you here today. I wanted to take just a few minutes and review a little bit of my notes from the leadership lesson we had earlier this week. I thought to myself, hey, you know what? We put this out there every month, and we know that it's not easy to fit every single thing into your business and into your life. And to get to these things, particularly when we host them in Champlin, even as we continue to work to hold these things around town over different dates, it's still challenging to get to everything. So although this isn't the session itself, I'm going to work to bring more of these kind of reviews and perspectives after they happen, and hopefully that a few of you appreciate this additional opportunity to tap into the things we're learning in the actual training setting itself. So again, this month's topic was called Connecting with People, the Leader's Greatest Skill. And so I'm just going to go through a handful of the things. This is another one of these Maxwell sessions, and we are going to start varying up the leadership lesson each month, and we'll continue to do some of these audio sessions with Maxwell and use them as kind of a mastermind and discussion after we've got through taking our notes and everything on it. But we're going to work to find other ways to host these leadership lessons. This is just such a critical industry that we're in, that we work on our leadership skills and we continue to develop them every day, every week. We work with people, and the group and I talked about this week that we're in the class. We work with people. It's an honor to be in this industry and to work with people on the largest financial decision and investment they will likely ever make. Not for everyone, right? We've got people that invest in businesses and do other things in their lives also, but for most of us, the decisions they make around this home that they purchase with us, this home that they sell with us, maybe both, right, is the largest financial related decision that they ever make. So, it is incumbent on us to develop our leadership skills and to be amazing leaders for our clients in our communities and so on. It's just such a critical skill for everyone, but I think it's particularly important for us in real estate. So Maxwell talked about, I'm going to give you a handful of things. He talked about some of the areas he failed in his leadership skills and what he had going on early in his career as a pastor and a leader early on before he got into running his companies later. And then also mentioned a few things about his strengths as he's developed them. So I'm just going to share some of those insights that he had with you. He did talk about leadership it literally is your ability to influence. And by influence, that doesn't mean to deceive someone and convince them to do something they otherwise wouldn't. It's your ability to influence someone and help and guide them and have them trust you, right? Leadership is that influence. If you can't be influential with someone you're working with, if they can't trust you, then you're not going to be able to lead them to the place and help them that they want to be and help them accomplish their goals, right? He said he neglected the 3 C's of communication, which were clarity, continuity, and creativity. Clarity being kind of just a complete clarity of the message that you're providing in any given moment, in any given day, any given setting. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. We're going to mention that a couple times here. He talks about that. Continuity, the message that you bring, whether it's from the standpoint of your mission and vision as a real estate agent, right? The message that you bring, the dialogue that you use, how you go about doing your business, it needs to be done over and over and over and over again. He cited an example from a book where a woman that's a great coach and leader in her own right, has taught people a lot of good things. He disagreed with a point of hers talking about how a goal should be that when you communicate a particular new thing with someone, that you get it down at some point where you can communicate it and someone will understand it the first time that you explain it to them, or that you ask a question and then provide the information to them. And he categorically disagreed. That's been my experience too now in business and life, that it's just about no time ever that I explain something new to someone one time, even something really small, like just remembering someone's name, right? It's explaining something to someone the first time and having it stick the first time is just likely not going to happen. So this notion of continuity is so important, that you build the habit of providing the message to someone, or to your organization, to your team, to your family, to your community, to your networking group, to your church, to your school, wherever you are, that you provide that message over and over and over again, essentially forever. You're living it that way, right? And then the creativity part, he talked about what connects the people to the vision that you have, to the idea, to this concept, to following your lead. If you're leading a client in real estate, right? What connects them to the vision? Something they do, right? Something that we do, something that they do, something that they say, something that we would say to them, right? That's what's going to creatively connect them to the vision that we have, for how we're going to help them accomplish their goals, right? And something they see. So they need to be able to see it. We need to be doing it. We need to be saying it. But if we just say it and we don't do it and they can't see it, then just saying it is nothing. Those words are going to fall flat, right? So we have to follow through. It's kind of like the whole notion of leading by example. We need to lead by example and share the thoughts and ideas behind the vision and why we do things a certain way in order to help people accomplish their goals, and particularly in real estate, get people the most amount of money in the least amount of time for the least amount of hassle for their listing, or help people buy the home that's the closest thing to a 10 that exists on their list within the geography that they're searching and within their budgetary limitations, right? He failed to put himself before others, right? If you will help people get what they want, they will help you get what you want, right? The Zig Ziglar thing that we all talk about all the time. He just reiterated that thing because what? Because we need that continuity, and we need to hear the message that Zig Ziglar has put out there for us over and over and over again for a lifetime, right? That's how we look at it. So he underestimated the value of listening. I've been challenged with this a lot in my life, and I work at it every day to get a little bit better all the time, right? You can't be a good consultant, you can't be a good real estate agent for your clients if you're not listening first. If you assume what it is that they should know, if you assume how they feel, we get ourselves into trouble with that. We need to ask questions, listen to what they say, and then respond with the consult that we know how to give them as a professional who's gone through hours of education and licensing and whatever experiences we've developed in our short or long career. It's important that we listen in order to then provide them consult that will help them get where they want to go, right? He said he failed to initiate important but difficult conversations. A key component here was to balance care with candor, right? To still have the caring heart and care for that person, but be direct and bold with them. I coach people a lot on the notion of just pausing with someone when you know that they might be getting in their own way a little bit and saying, hey, do you mind for just a moment if I be bold with you? That way they get a moment to prepare before they hopefully say, okay, yes, go ahead. And then you lay it on them. Well, let me explain to you what my experience has shown me. Let me explain to you what I know from talking to my colleagues in a situation just like this, right? Here's the way this really needs to be in order to get the best outcome, right? Sometimes you're going to ask questions about why they feel a certain way about something, so that then you can lay it on them. But balancing care and candor in his leadership skills, I think, is a critical thing for us in our real estate business also. So then he also talked about his particular connecting strengths, and these are things that we all need to work on also. And he's developed these things to a point of virtual mastery. This is John Maxwell, in fact, right? So he said one of the things that he has developed is he values people and they know it, right? He values people and they know it now, right? People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. That's from Simon Sinek. Those of you that have spent a fair amount of time with me know that I'm a big proponent of Simon Sinek's book called Start With Why. And he talks about that in there over and over and over again. There's that continuity again, right? He talks about people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So that's why it's so important to understand why you're in the real estate business, why you represent people, why you're passionate about it, what is it about it that you're connected to help people accomplish their goals that they need to as our customers, our clients in real estate, right? If you can articulate that right up front, they're going to draw them in, they're going to be connected to you, they're more likely to trust you, move forward through the process, and you can provide them with that great consult to get them what they need and what they're looking for, okay? He said he also has developed the skill of, I believe and live what I communicate. I believe it, I live it, right? I don't just say it. People can watch me and see that I believe it and that I live what I talk about, right? Credibility precedes great communication. There are two ways to convey credibility to your audience. First, believe in what you say. Second, live what you say. Very important things for us to understand, right? Passion and authenticity will come from kind of that place of believing and living what you're talking about. And then he talked about he simplifies the message. Simplifies the message, right? Communication, again, communication is not just what you say, it's also how you say it. The key to effective communication is simplicity. This is another one of those things that I'm personally challenged with, is getting to the point for someone so that they can benefit from whatever advice or consult I may have for them that may actually be meaningful, getting to the point. So keeping it as simple as you can is important, right? One last little thing before I go. He talked about that you need to love the people you lead. That you need to love the people you lead. You need to love your family members. You need to love the members of your community. You need to, in real estate, love these clients that you're leading. If you feel that, they're going to feel it, they're going to sense it, they're going to be attracted into you, trust you, work with you, follow your lead, and most importantly, in terms of building a business and a life from real estate, refer you again and again and again when they can tell that you're providing them leadership and that you care about them, right? This is kind of the final notion of that, is staying out of judgment and in curiosity about the people we work with, right? That's going to allow us to love those people that we lead, all right? So I'm hopeful that these little snippets after we have sessions, these summaries, will be meaningful to a bunch of you out there. Go ahead and provide me some feedback about what you did like and didn't like about this one. If this is something you'd like to see more often or not, I think we're going to do a little bit of this going forward, just to provide these summaries outside of meetings and trainings that some folks would otherwise miss due to scheduling conflicts. So have an amazing day today, an amazing week. And an awesome May altogether. Please call me, of course, any other staff member if there's anything at all that we can do for you. We are working our tails off around here to be the most caring, responsive, and supportive real estate company in the markets we're in. That is our calling. That is what we are focused on. And if we're not living up to those expectations, we want you to let us know, okay? Because that will allow us to continue to improve. All right? Have a fantastic one. It's Coach Kent out. See you soon.